Welcome back, Sixers. We have reached race 4 of this first round, and it's none other than the Innsbruckring. Thanks, Rich. 3 laps, 1 savage climb, and enough leg pain to make your avatar file for workers' comp. In this recon, I'll show you exactly how to survive the leg snapper, when to fake looking strong, and when to smash your competition. By the end, you'll know where to attack, where to pretend, and how to avoid being that person dropped before lap 2. We'll talk wildcard strategy, wheel choices, and Zwift workout recommendations. So strap in, Sixers. This is your race 4 recon. Let's roll. Course overview. This is our second scratch race of the round, and we are in Austria for 3 laps of Innsbruckring. Total distance 27 kilometers and 240 meters of elevation, most of which comes from that tiny little bump. 9 kilometers of Austrian charm, which sounds nice until you remember that Austrian charm involves a 7% wall waiting to chew through your soul. Each lap starts smooth. Through town, over cobbles, plenty of time to chat in Discord about how your legs feel surprisingly good today. Spoiler, they won't for long. Then it's a gentle spin by the river. Everyone's relaxed, your heart rate drops, and you start thinking, maybe this isn't too bad. And then, like a horror movie jump scare, bam, the leg snapper. 400 odd meters, averaging 7 to 8%, and scientifically designed to expose every bad decision you've made in your training this week. Let's break this down from top to bottom. Out of the pens, and it's a left-hand turn onto the course. 200 meters in, and you will pass through the start-finish banner, and you are into lap 1. The first 5 kilometers of this route is reasonably flat, with some false flats and deceptive descents. By the way, special thanks to Michael Nelson for their race video. He goes on to win this one, which is a fantastic watch. A link to his full race and channel are in the description below. Go and give him a like. As you come around the left-hander, you'll begin to make your way towards the river and over the bridge. At the 2K mark, you'll approach the roundabout and a little deceptive descent as you hit that right-hander, and then it's up and over the second bridge. Watch the front, as savvy riders can use this spot to drift off the front without raising too many eyebrows, as the drag reaches up to about 2%. Over the bridge, and it's another quick right-hander as you approach the 3.5k mark. The road remains flat as you ride into the town centre. At 4.2 kilometres you'll reach the cobblestones, but don't be worried too much about speed issues here. The front of the group won't be pushing too hard. There is a false flat before the road turns left in preparation for the leg snapper, before angling right again. At the 5k mark, the 430 metre leg snapper segment starts, averaging at about 7%. For the first lap, try to stay seated on the climb if possible, but make a mental note of the speed signs on the right. There are 3 30 kilometre hour, I'm going to assume they're kilometres, speed signs, one at the start, one about a third of the way up, and then the final one at approximately halfway up. Depending on the speed of the group, try and stay seated until the third sign halfway up. This will be especially true for the third lap, as the wildcard riders vie for the extra league point as they fight for first over the line honours. Additionally, keep the power on until you cross the zebra crossing after the banner at the 5.4k mark. Sitting up too early runs the risk of being on the wrong side of the breakaway, which naturally forms over this climb. There is a quick descent before reaching another kicker at the 5.9k mark. If there is a gap between you and the group ahead, this is the point where you want to push. The front will be recovering, coasting, and relying on each other's draft, so it's possible to bridge small gaps at this point, especially as you crest this small bump and make your way towards the sprint segment of this course, which is not in play. Push through from the 6.4k mark until you turn right at the next bridge, approximately 1k later. Remember, there are no power-ups in any of the Super 6 races. There is a deceptive downhill over the bridge, so look to sit mid-pack where you can before crossing the start-finish banner at the 9k mark. And that's lap 1 done. 2 more, please. Strategy. The big challenge with this course is trying to anticipate when and where breakaways will happen. And trust me, there will be breakaways. Enthusiastic teams may look for an early breakaway, especially before hitting the leg snapper for the first time. And there is merit to this. If you can cause the gap to grow enough after cresting the leg snapper so that you are no longer visible to the chasing group, the race could be yours. But expect the GCs and the sprinters in the other teams to be right on your back, bridging their wildcards across, which may cause despair at valuable matches being burned for nothing. In my opinion, the real attacks are going to happen on the second lap after topping the leg snapper for the second time. With one lap already ticked off, lots of legs are going to be feeling that second climb, and it may be less likely to see chasers bridging gaps as they naturally appear on that descent. This is why it's so important to keep punching on that climb until you cross that crosswalk after the banner. If a gap can form, expect that front group to work hard into the last climb to consolidate that gap, and with only 4 kilometers to the finish line, at that point, it may be too late to close down. Wildcards. This week's wildcard challenge: be in the top 10 first over the line on the leg snapper in lap 3. Translation: you need to suffer strategically. As there are no other segments to worry about in this race, wildcarders, your only thought should be efficiency. Stay in the group, not on the front, and definitely not dangling off the back. Well, not too far anyway. My suggestion is to have 1 or 2 teammates stay on the front and communicate any attacks and breakaways, especially on the second lap. Have your other 2 teammates stay with you because they are going to do the lion's share of the work to bridge you across if a breakaway occurs. And it will most likely happen on that second descent when everyone's legs, lungs, and other bits are turning to jelly. So, you want to come into the start of the third climb spinning at 95 to 100 RPM, then launch to 150-200% FTP when you hit the third 30 km/h signpost, about halfway up. Use your sprinters, if they're still with you, to lead the way and stay on their wheels. If you have the legs, go early, the second 30k sign, but don't be tricked into it if you don't have it. Many other riders will be leading the charge to help their wildcard riders get over the top, but only the designated wildcard riders get the reward, so don't let yourself be fooled into blowing up. Remember, get out of the saddle and stomp your way to the top. Don't sit down until you pass that crosswalk. And if you make it over in the top 10, congratulations, you're officially insane and we salute you. But save the pats on the back until later. You still have work to do. The descent will shred everyone else and it's only a short run to the finish. Hey, quick reminder, get yourself over to the Flame Rouge Racing Discord channel. It's the best place to get race updates, ask questions, look for teams, and watch or share race video or your YouTube live stream. The link is in the description below. Do yourself a favor. Wheel choices. All right, riders. We're all in the same frame, but wheel choice still counts. So yes, it's definitely worth overthinking it. You want something mid-depth and versatile. The NV 4.5 Pros, Zip 404s, or the DT Swiss 1100s are the ones you should be considering. Discs might look fast, but when you're crawling up the leg snapper for the third time, they feel like you're dragging an anchor. And no, going super lightweight isn't the best answer either, unless your lunchbox is a bit bigger than most. This isn't the Alps, it's only 400 meters of screaming pain surrounded by flat roads. Workout suggestions. Okay, if you want to tune the engine before race day, here's your pre-leg snapper survival plan. Number 1, anaerobic capacity into VO2. Short, brutal, and so unpleasant, it should come with a legal waiver. Number 2, VO2 over and unders. Builds your ability to go from I think I'm fine to my lungs are on fire and back again. Those 3 efforts replicate the leg snapper and descent perfectly. Great for learning how to explode repeatedly and recover. You know, like this course will make you do. Do at least one of these before race day to help sharpen your axe. Or don't, I'm not your dad. Hey, if this recon saves you from imploding on the leg snapper, hit the subscribe button. I do recons, stream races, and post outdoor ride videos, and the occasional public therapy session. It's free to do, it helps grow the channel, and it justifies the hours I spend fixing my outtakes. So, that's your Innsbruckring recon. 3 laps of chaos, 1 climb of truth, and absolutely no room for bluffing. Unless you're an expert bluffer, then bluff away. Race smart, time your efforts, and remember, everyone's legs are dying. Some people are just better at hiding it. Good luck out there. May your legs stay strong, your strategy be on point, and your teammates all have push to talk enabled on Discord. Hit the like button, subscribe, and if you watched to the end, drop me a thumbs up in the comments and let me know what you think of this course.